A very good morning and welcome to this Tuesday session of Yoga Online. Come to sit comfortably. Focus on the firmness of the thighs, the hips, and the length of the side body. Pin your buttocks down to lift the trunk. Lift the navel, lift the sternum. Lift the crown of the head. Raise up the arms to the side. Lift the shoulders. Turn the palms to face forward. Turn the palms to face up. Lengthen the wrists away to open the chest. With the openness of the chest, breathe in, raise up your arms. Upper arms in line with the ear. Stretch your palms, stretch your fingers. Join the palms and fingers and release your thumb to the sternum. Rest the forearm along the side ribs and the other four fingers away. Sit comfortably, sit tall, keep the chest open. Focus on your breath. We'll begin by chanting Om 3 times. Take a slow, deep breath in. Slowly release your hands. Open your eyes. Place your fingertips on the floor. Stretch your legs out. Shake out the legs. And change the crossing of the legs as you come to sit once again. Sit tall. Yesterday we focused on gentle twisting. Today we're going to focus on side stretching. Feeling the side stretch on one side of the body, together with the softness of the abdomen. And opening up the sides of the body also opens up the lungs, lengthens the spine, and assists with lower back and neck. Move the navel in, lift the sternum, broaden the chest. Breathing in, raise up the arms. As you breathe out, turn the palms to face forward. Stretch up. Turn the palms to face away from you and stretch. With the stretch of the trunk, keep the armpits lifted and release your fingertips. So there is space between the armpit and the hip. Press to lift. Now, whenever you stretch, you need to have a point to stretch to and to stretch from. So raise up the left arm and stretch from the hip to the fingertip. But to stretch from the hip, you need to pin the buttock down, pin the left buttock down. So that's your point to extend. Walk your right hand across. Pin your buttock down. Come to 45 degrees. Move the navel forward, move the sternum. Pin the buttock down to extend the left arm straight up. Feel the extension of the side body on the left side. Armpit open. Keep the palms active, keep the fingers active. Focus on your breath. Inhalation, can you stretch the armpit away from the hip? And stretch the wrist away from the armpit. Now as you breathe out, slightly bend the right elbow to stretch further. Feel the stretch on the left side as you release. As much as you can, but pin the left buttock down. Breathing to come up. And let's change sides. Raise up the right arm. A full extension. Remember the buttock stays on the floor. Lift the right armpit away from the hip. Lift the right wrist away from the armpit. Maintain the stretch of the right side. Navel turns forward, sternum turns forward. Plus. Come to 45 degrees, almost, or wherever you can reach. Move the navel forward, move the sternum forward. Pin the right buttock down. And with this right buttock firmly on your support, lift the armpit away from the hip. Lift the wrist away from the armpit and focus on your breath. With each inhalation, stretch it. Feel the right side of the lung opening, the right side of the chest opening as well. On your next inhalation, you can choose to bend the left elbow or stay in this posture. Bending the left elbow, pin the right buttock down as you stretch away, moving the armpit away, moving the wrist away. Keep your palm active, keep your fingers active. Navel faces forward and the sternum faces forward. Keep pressing the right buttock down. Breathing to come up. Release your hands and roll your shoulders back. Just for a gentle release, take your right hand behind you in line with the spine, your left hand over the right knee. Breathing in, lift as you breathe out, look over your right shoulder. Soften the abdomen, move the navel back, lift the chest. Feel the length of the side body as you twist. Release your gaze, release your hands, change sides. Take your left hand behind you in line with the spine, your right hand over the left knee. Breathing in, lift the sides of the trunk, and as you breathe out, twist over the left shoulder. With your hands, roll the shoulders back. Interlace your fingers, rotate at the wrist, turn the palms away from you. Breathing in, raise up the arms. Now focus on the armpit area. Lift the armpit away from the hips, pin the buttock. The buttock moves down, the thighs move down, the armpits move up, and the wrist moves up. Feel that you have length and space in the side body. And now can you broaden across the chest, move the sternum forward, and feel the openness of the chest together with the extension of the side body. The shoulder blades move into. Breathe out and roll the shoulders back. Straighten out your legs for Dandasana. Keep the feet hip width apart. Toes facing up. Push your thighs up. Roll the shoulders back. Lift the sternum. Lift the navel. Interlace your fingers. Change the bind of your fingers. Rotate at the wrist. Turn the palms away from you. Breathe in and raise up the arm. Pin the buttock down. Pin your thighs down. Lift the navel. Stretch the armpit. And stretch the sides of the Breathe out and release. Roll the shoulders back. Fold your legs in and come to stand. Come to stand with your feet hip width apart. Place your palms on the side. Breathing in, raise up both the arms, full extension. So when you are seated, you pressed your buttock down, you fixed your hip and you extended. Now press your feet down. Press your feet down to lift the armpit and lift the wrist. Breathing out, release your right hand onto your hip. Breathing in, lift the left side, especially from the hip to the armpit and the armpit to the wrist. Now, press your left foot down. Breathing in, stretch the left side. So resist with the foot, and as you breathe out, stretch over to the right. But the work here is to press the left foot down as you extend over to the side. Move the navel forward, move the sternum forward. Breathe in, come up, and change sides. Raise up the right arm, press the right foot down as you slide across. So you have a point to extend from. You're extending from the right foot. Press the right foot down, lift the hip away from the foot, lift the armpit away from the hip, and stretch the wrist away from the armpit as you slide your left hand. Breathing to come up. And roll your shoulders back. Step your feet out. Broaden across the chest. Move the shoulder blade in. The abdomen remains soft. Turn your right leg out and your left leg in. You're going to resist now with the left leg. You're going to press the left leg down. Raise up the right arm. Maintain the extension from the hip to the armpit. A full extension, and now release your hand onto your thigh and raise up the left. So focus on the extension. Press the left foot down and slide your right hand down, middle finger in line with the thigh, and come to 45 again. Come to 45 again. Now press the left foot down. Press the left foot down. Engage the left thigh. Lift the left hip. Lift the left armpit. Lift the left wrist. Navel and sternum face forward. Now as you breathe out, slide further down and take a pause. Keep pressing the left foot down and feel the stretch on the left side. With this stretch, raise up your arm and come to Utthita Trikonasana. Breathe in to come up. Turn your feet forward and over to the left. Breathing in, raise up the left arm, feel the full stretch on the left side. So we're not shortening the left nor the right side. Release your hand onto your thigh. Breathing in, raise up the right arm. Press the right foot down, press on the out edge of the right foot. And as you breathe out, slide over to the left, stretching the right side. Keep pressing the right foot down. Move the right hip away from the foot. Move the armpit away from the hip and move the wrist away from the armpit. Come to 45 degrees once again. A full extension. Turn the navel to face forward, the sternum to face forward as well. And as you breathe out, slide over. Bring your hand parallel to the floor. Feel the stretch on the right side. Breathe in, raise up your right arm and come to Utthita Trikonasana. Focus on pressing the right foot down, and both the sides of the trunk are lengthening horizontally. Breathe in to come up. Place your hands on your hips. Turn your foot to face forward. One more time, take your right leg out to the side, your left leg in. Place both your hands on your hips. Roll the shoulders back, lift the sternum, soften the abdomen. Press the left foot down firmly. As you breathe in, lift the trunk. As you breathe out, with your hands on your hips, come to 45 degrees. Press your foot down to lift this hip away from the floor and extend the trunk. Extend the trunk. Release your hand down the leg, the right hand down the leg. Revolve the trunk to face forward. Press the left foot down. Raise up the left arm and extend the armpit away from the hip. And over to the left. Keep your hands on your hips. Press firmly on the out edge of the right foot. Turn your hip and trunk to face forward. Breathe in, lift the side of the trunk. As you breathe out, fix the back leg, fix the right leg as you go over to the left, and feel the hip move. Can you lift the right hip and cut the left hip in? Stretch the side of the trunk, lift the hip. And release your right hand, turn the trunk to face forward, and release into Utthita Trikonasana. Come up. Turn your feet to face forward and step it. So it's important to have a point to extend from. When you're standing, it's your foot. When you're sitting, it's the buttock and the hip. Step out your feet once more. And turn your right leg out, keep your left leg in. Keep the hip and trunk lifted. Navel and sternum facing forward, broaden across the chest, move the lower shoulder blade into the body. And as you breathe out, bend the front knee to go down. Bend the front knee to go down and release your elbow onto the knee. Now press the back foot down, focus on the back leg and feel the stretch from the hip all the way to the armpit and from the hip to the foot. Feel the side of the leg extend and feel the side of the trunk extend. Raise up the arm and take the arm across so that there's a straight line from the back foot to the wrist. Press your foot down and lengthen the left side. From your heel all the way to the fingertips in a straight line. Turn the hip and trunk to face. Release the hips lower and feel the stretch. Full extension from the heel of the left foot pressing down to the fingertips. Breathing, come up and chain sides. Left leg out, right leg in. Lift the sides of the trunk. And as you breathe out, bend the front knee to go down. This is Utthita Parsvakonasana with intense side stretch. Release your left elbow onto the knee. This helps you to turn the trunk forward. Navel faces forward and the sternum faces forward. Press the back foot down. Raise up the right arm and a full extension from the foot. Press the heel down and lengthen the wrist away. This is on the right side. Turn the navel and sternum face forward and stretch the right side as you stretch the fingertips towards the ceiling. At the same time, push your foot down. Push the heel down, push the out edge of the foot. Roll the trunk face forward and release. Feel the stretch on the right side. Breathe in to come up. Turn your feet to face forward. Roll the shoulders back. Roll your shoulders back and look. Your gaze forward. Toe heel. Walk your legs together and come to kneel. Come to kneel on your mat. And you may have to take knee support if you have weak knees. So if you need knee support, you're going to fold your mat once or twice, depending on the cushioning if you need. If you're taking a support to kneel on, make sure that the support is firm to support the knees so that you're not wobbly. So placing your knees on the support, just as a cushion, keep your hips facing forward, keep the trunk facing forward. Step your right leg out, so meaning that the foot comes forward, your heel and knee is in line and turn the trunk. Press the buttock and the hip down and we extend it from there. When we are standing, we extend it from the foot. Now we're going to extend from the knee. So extend from the knee to the hip. Place your hand, your right hand on the right knee and raise up the left side. A full extension of the left side. Feel the side stretch of the body. Turn the navel to face forward. Breathe into it. Release your hands. Now straighten the right leg. Keep the trunk extended. Place your right hand on the right leg. The middle finger in line with the knee and the ankle. Keep the trunk facing forward. Raise up the left arm. Straight line from the left knee to the left finger. And as you breathe out, slide your right hand across. Slide your right hand across. And bring the left arm horizontal to the floor. Revolve the navel to face forward. And the sternum to face forward. Breathing them up. And let's change hands. Take the left leg out. Turn the foot out. Look at the hip and trunk faces forward. Place your hands on your hips. Release your left elbow onto the thigh. Raise up the right side and stretch across from the knee to the hip, from the hip to the armpit, and from the armpit to the wrist. And now straighten the left leg. Keep the left leg straight, raise up the right arm. A full extension from the knee to your fingertips on the right side. And as you breathe out, slide your left hand down and stretch over. Feel the stretch on the right side, extending from the knee to the hip, from the hip to the armpit, and from the armpit to the wrist. Breathe up, release, and let's change legs once again. Take your right leg out. You choose to keep it straight or keep the knee bent, whatever's comfortable for you. With your right leg straight, turn the hip to face forward. Place your right hand for support, raise up the left arm once again. A full extension on the left side. So we're focusing on the left side, although we're going down to the right. Breathing in, stretch, lift the left wrist as high as you can. As you breathe out, maintain the length of the left side and slide across. Whichever point you reach, turn the navel to face forward and the sternum to face forward. If you can reach your foot, is perfectly fine. Bend the elbow and slide across. Breathe. One more time to the left. Turn the left leg out. Stand on your right knee. Place your left hand on the left thigh. Breathing in, raise up the right arm. As you breathe out, slide down, slide your hand down, hold on to your ankle or your big toe, and bend the elbow slightly to give you more of a stretch. Up. Release your hands onto your hip and come to sit. Remove the support. Come to sit, place your fingertips on the floor. Lift the side of the trunk. Breathing in, raise up both your arms. A full extension from the hip to the armpit, from the armpit to the wrist, and from the wrist to the fingers. Stretch the palms, stretch the fingers. Release your right hand onto the floor. As you breathe out, walk your right hand, keep walking. And now resist to the left buttock as you stretch your left hand across the right. Breathing up. And let's change sides. Raise up the right arm. Walk your left hand across. Press the right buttock down and stretch over to the left. Take your knees apart. Turn to face the side of the mat. And stretch forward. Focus on the side of the trunk lengthening. Pin the buttock down. The buttock moves back, the armpit moves forward, the wrist moves forward. Feel the sides of the trunk lengthen as you stretch forward. Release your forehead, release your elbows, move the buttock back. Feel that the sides of the trunk are long, then the abdomen is soft. Focus on just the exhalation. Walk your hand back and come to lie flat on your back. Come to lie flat on your back. Your knees up and your feet flat on the floor. Feel the length of the side of the trunk. Press your feet down. With both hands, draw both your knees in towards the chest. Soften the abdomen. Keep the feet soft. Place your feet onto the mat. Straighten your right leg. Straighten your left leg. Soften the abdomen and release into Shavasana. Feel the distance between your heels and your hips and the armpit. Feel that there's length in the side body and there's openness in the side body. Focus on just the exhalation. Place your hands on the abdomen. Raise up your knees one by one, keeping your feet flat on the floor. Raise up the right arm all the way past the right hip. Roll over onto your right hand side. And press to come to sit. Come to sit in a comfortable pose. The armpits broaden across the chest, the shoulder blades. Side of the tongue from the hip to the armpit. Keep the chest open. Resist with the buttock as you lift the navel away from the floor. Lift the sternum away from the navel. Join your palms together. Roll the shoulders back. Feel the upper back muscles roll down the back. Eyes closed. Feel the length of the side body, the softness of the abdomen, and the openness of the chest. Go a long, deep breath in. As you breathe out, release your chin to the chest. As you breathe in, slowly raise up your head. Release your hands and open. Have a wonderful day. Thank you. We'll meet tomorrow.